Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm back again with another episode of my homemade TCG Monsters from the Other Realm. So, quick update. Yesterday I tried to record this video like 3 different times, but my allergies got so so bad that it was just I couldn't do it. It was, and you wouldn't have liked it either because it was just very snotty and sneezy, and that wouldn't have been enjoyable. So I didn't get around to it yesterday, but yeah. Also, I bit of exciting news. I finished planning out the entire set for set one for monsters, and that means every single card is planned out on an index card, so that's pretty exciting. And there's 100 different cards, and the way I designed it is that there's 5 different factions in the game. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, there we go. And each faction has 12 monster cards, a human card that was designed around them, and 7 spell or effect cards designed around them. So 20 per faction, so 20 times 5 is 100, so I felt like that was reasonable to do. And at this point, I'm going to start making the test decks out of the index cards, so hopefully I can show a battle fairly soon. I'm not sure how soon because Easter's around the corner, but yeah, we will see. But for now, the videos I'm going to focus on are showing off the different factions. So today I'm going to be showing you the Chaotix faction. And each faction has its sort of different play style that they're sort of designed around. And Chaotix is all about leveling up your monsters quickly to get powerful abilities. And so that is why their bonus, if you can see on Jacko here, is if you, whoa, focus there a little bit. I don't know if that's focusing or not. That is terrible. That is terrible. Hold on, let's see here. There we go. If you control at least 2 Chaotix monsters in your active zones, they both gain 1 XP at the end of your turn. So that is pretty good. So that sort of allows you to, even if you don't attack, you still passively gain experience so you can level up your monsters. That's pretty cool. So I might as well just start with the monsters here. Here's Jacko. You have seen him before. He is a fire element, level 1. He requires 4 XP to evolve, or level up, I mean. He has 4 health and 1 damage, and his ability is Spring Out, which is basically a counter. If he gets attacked, you can flip a coin. If heads, deal 1 damage back. It's no big deal, really, but every little bit helps. And his support is he grants a monster, your attack zone monster, plus 1 damage, so pretty cool. Once he hits 4 XP, Jacko evolves into Spooko, who is very similar, except he has more health, 6, and 1 more damage in 2. And his support ability is the same, bonus is the same. Everything else is pretty much the same. He requires 6 XP to evolve. And once Spooko evolves, he evolves into the powerful Reapor. A bit too powerful, maybe. Because his ability is Soul Steal, he gets plus 1 damage for every monster in your discard pile. That might be a bit too good. I might have to change that around. So I'll change it around a little bit, because that currently stands. There are monsters in the game where you just discard monsters to get powerful effects, which you do that, and then Reapor just gains power, ridiculous power, so I'm not sure. But yeah, he's also fire type, and his support is plus 2 damage to your attack zone monster if he's in a support zone. So next we have Bat Freak here, who is a water element. He evolves at 5 experience, and he has 3 health and 2 damage. No support ability and no effect, so not bad. He's a little cute, I'll admit. He's pretty cool. And when he hits 5 experience, he evolves into the Bat Lord, who's a level 2 monster. Still water element. His ability is Bloodsucker. So whenever he attacks, he heals 2 health. Or if he has full health, he instead gains 1 max HP. So if your opponent doesn't attack him, and Batlord keeps attacking your opponent, he'll come out ahead on health. And support is your attack zone monster recovers 1 health when it attacks. So pretty good support monster, if you ask me. Next up is probably my favorite Chaotix monster, sort of level up tree family, whatever you want to call it. Here is Fuzzwuzz. He is the earth element. He has no support, no ability. He evolves at 2 experience. He has 3 health and 1 damage. He's a little adorable. He only wants to hug its friends. Who wouldn't love him? Next up we have his evolution, the mysterious Larvegg. Excuse me. Okay, oof. I don't know what that was. Anyway. He evolves at 6 XP and his ability is Strong Skin. This monster takes 1 less damage from opposing monsters. It has 7 health, which is pretty darn good for a 2-star, but no damage. So, yeah, you either have to give him damage through other card effects or sort of have him sit there and tank up damage while he evolves. His support is -1 damage taken. Your attack zone monster takes 1 less damage from opposing monsters, so he's very defensive. And once he hits 6 XP, he evolves into the mighty Mr. Cuddles. He's also Earth Element, and his ability is Intimidation. This card is in your main attack zone. Your opponent's monsters cannot retreat, so that is very powerful considering he has 8 health and 6 damage. He has +1 damage to your attack zone monster for his support. Yeah, he's just quite a powerful card in my opinion. Because if you can't retreat, you're just going to sit there and take the brute force of his attacks. So, yeah. Next up, we have Timberbot. He is a metal type. He evolves at 4 XP. His ability is Tree Crusher. Before your attack, during your turn, you may discard 1 wood monster you control to give this card 2 damage. So that is really good. He has 2 health and 3 damage. It can become 5 damage, which is not bad at all. This support is -1 damage to opposing wood monsters, so not too bad. He evolves at 4 XP. When he evolves into the mighty Timber Crush, who I feel might be a bit too good, because he has 5 health and 6 damage for level 2. It's insane. He has the same ability. And support's a bit different. Your attack zone monster deals +2 damage to opposing wood monsters, so if you have a thing against wood monsters, Timber Crush is your guy, because he just demolishes them. He even destroys them if they're on his team to boost his attack power, which is insane. He effectively has 8 if you discard monsters. I feel like that's a bit too good. I don't know. His art also looks like a hamburger. Yeah, next up we have Duo Hound. He's a level monster of the fire element. No ability and no support. He has 4 health and 1 damage. He evolves at 3 XP. Not much else to say there, really. And the final Chaotix monster is Cerbra Hound, fire element. His ability is better than 1. This card may attack twice per turn. And his support is +1 damage to your attack zone monster. He has 5 health and 2 damage. Or that's effectively 4 damage. And if you... His ability sort of lets him double up stat boosts. Attack stat boosts, I should say, because let's say you have just increase it by 1. That effectively makes by 5/6 as opposed to a 5/4. So that's really good. If you can support Cerberhound, he can be quite powerful, in my opinion anyway. So he's pretty cool. So, I suppose next I will show you the human card. Excuse me again. Oof. Next up we have the human card. You've seen before, Timmy here. And his passive ability is if your monsters have a faction bonus, they gain +1 damage. So as I was saying before, for like Cerberhound, for example, if you have 2 Chaotix monsters and get that faction bonus, he gets +1 damage, but that's effectively +2, thanks to his ability. So, pretty cool. He has 18 health, which is currently the lowest health out of any human card. He has 2 abilities. The first one is Trick or Treat, which costs 2 action points. And there you flip a coin. If heads, you heal a monster by 2. If tails, you deal 1 damage to an opposing monster. So, not too bad, really. Next up, we have Cherry Bomb, which costs 4 action points. And basically how this works is you place like a token. So let's say you have Cerberhound active, you can just place like some representative thing on him, like a battery. I don't know why I have batteries here, but I do. And after 2 of your opponent's turns, if they don't attack it, Cerberhound takes 5 damage. However, if your opponent attacks him during that time, they take 5 damage. So that is pretty good. Sort of a way to sort of choose where your opponent's going to attack, kind of, sort of. And that can be quite devastating, especially with some abilities like Mr. Cuddle's Intimidation. So pretty cool overall. There's Timmy, the human card. And next, I will quickly go through the effect cards. So first off, we have an action card, Necromancy. Costs 2 action points. And basically, search your discard pile for a level 1 monster, reveal it, and add it to your hand. So that just sort of allows you to get a second chance for leveling up your lower level monsters. So that's pretty cool. Next up, we have XP Share, which is an equipment card, and basically you give it to your one monster, and then that monster gains sort of passive experience based on what they get. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so next up we have Decoy, which is another equipment card. It costs 3 action points. It says, deal 1 to 5 damage to a monster. The damage becomes this card's health. When your monster would take damage, deal to this card instead. When this card's health is 0, discard this card. So, pretty good. It basically allows you to survive larger hits from enemy monsters quite easily. So that's pretty cool. Next up we have Offering, which is an action card. Costs 2 action points, and basically discard a monster in one of your active zones. Grant XP equal to the discarded monster's current HP to another monster you control. So this is really good for getting up more powerful cards more quickly by offering them up as sort of sacrifices. I'm not sure what the art's going on there. It's Mr. Cuddles, I guess, eating an offering of bananas and meat and apples or something. I don't know. Next up, we have Fright Goggles, which is an equipment card. Costs 1 action point. It says, equip this to a monster you control. When the equipped monster is attacked, deal 2 damage to the attacking monster and send the defending monster to your retreat zone. This card is then discarded. So basically, if you sort of want to preserve a monster you have, or sort of, I don't know, preserve it, it's sort of, okay, I'm going to put this on there, and if you attack me, I'm going to deal damage and then run away. So, you know, if you're having a hard time drawing a certain monster or something that you need to level up, you can use this to sort of bide you time as opposed to sitting there taking damage. So not too bad. Next up, second to last, we have the Book of Monsters, which is 2 action points, and basically search your deck for a monster that evolves from a monster you control, reveal it and add it to your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. So this is probably going to be a bread and butter for the Chaotix and probably a lot of other factions as well. That's just an overall very useful card. And finally, we have the Battlefield, 5 action points, Harvest Moon. Once per turn, you may grant a monster you control 1 experience. So, pretty self-explanatory, just allows you to get more passive experience as you try to level up your monsters. And yeah, guys, that is it for the... Sorry again, geez, I don't know what's wrong with me, but that's it for the Chaotix faction. Let me know which card was your favorite. And next time, I hope you'll stay tuned as I bring you the showcase for the Caretakers faction. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time. You have a great day.